everyone. Welcome to my first vlog post. It's going to be the first post in my vlog series for my first bikini prep, and it's going to be January through May 2018. I'm kind of late in the YouTube game. Obviously, a lot of people started vlogging a really long time ago, and I hadn't actually watched any vlogs until somewhat recently, and I decided that it was probably a better way to get people's attention than just writing blog posts, so here I am. Hopefully this isn't too rough. I don't even know where my lighting is. I actually tried to get out my really old rinky-dink camera from like 10 years ago and try and use that. Turns out that now iPhone's cameras are actually better than old cameras. Here, I'll show it to you. Say hi, Nayla. Is that my old camera? Say hi. So just a little intro, a little bit about myself. I have a 20-month-old daughter and I'm married. I live in Colorado and I've never done bikini prep before. I have definitely had my fair share of health and fitness experience since I was a competitive athlete growing up. I was technically a collegiate athlete at one point. And since having my daughter, I was able to lose all the weight that I had gained, and which was actually 65 pounds. I know that's a ton. But I was able to lose all of that and then an additional 15 pounds within the first 4 or 5 months I was postpartum. So I have a pretty good idea of how health and fitness works. I have definitely been playing with macros for about 9 or 10 months. And just been doing a ton of research, and I'm NASM certified as a personal trainer, so I accomplished that also. So I know a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm still trying to decide if I really want a coach for my first competition, just to help me with posing and to make sure that my macros are correct and to give me a supplement schedule and stuff like that. So I'm still playing with the idea, trying to find something somewhat affordable though, which can be really difficult if you want a good coach who's not going to completely like ruin my metabolism since I got it back after having a baby. So what this series is going to entail, I'm going to show you, I'm going to be very transparent. To start off here, I'm going to put pictures, front, side, and back pictures. I'm going to give you my body fat percentage. I'm going to give you my weight. I'm going to tell you what macros I'm eating, or that I'm going to start eating here when I get serious in January. Obviously, it's going to be a 20-week prep, so that's 5 months. Hopefully, that's long enough to get myself stage ready. But I'm going to go through exactly where I'm starting off, and then I plan on doing weekly vlog posts to kind of show you my progress. I'll be able to show you what I'm eating, what my exercise is, and just everything in between to give you an idea. So now we're on the floor because little miss here doesn't want to be on her own, so we're going to sit on the floor to finish this. So I want to make it very clear that just because something that works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Some exercises aren't going to work for you. You're saying hi? She's going to say hi. So I might be doing more or less cardio than your body requires. My macros are going to be different than yours are, for sure. That's going to be the biggest thing. Just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. I know my body, Noah and Ayla, my body is different than yours, and we all know our bodies pretty well. It's something that you personally have to play with or your coach has to play with. So just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that it works for you, and I want to be very clear about that. So while following this, I hope that maybe you'll get some good tips, get an idea of where to start if you haven't started, and more than anything, just have something that I can look back on, and hopefully for future bikini preps, I can see where I went wrong or what worked well, stuff like that. So I hope that you can get something from it, but just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that you should. All right, so now I kind of want to go over the reasons why I'm doing a bikini competition in the first place. So my first reason for wanting to compete in a bikini competition is to see how far I can push myself. So obviously I've already gotten to a place where I'm happy, but I also believe that my body can be pushed a lot further. I believe that mentally I can push myself a lot further, and I just want to see how far I can push myself. The second reason for me wanting to compete is just for the joy of competing. So I don't compete in anything anymore. I feel like I literally went from being a top athlete, going to nationals and stuff like that, to not doing anything. So that drop off has kind of left like a black hole, for lack of better words, something that I haven't been able to fill yet. So I'm hoping that this might be that thing that fills it, and just to find something that I love and something that I can compete and be aggressive in again. So I'm hoping it kind of fills that. So the other reason I'm doing this is hopefully just to build my brand. I'm hoping to be able to find like-minded people that I can share experiences and knowledge with, as well as get my name out there, hopefully be able to show off my progress so I'm able to help others. Lastly, I want to be able to show other moms that health and fitness is possible. So I work technically full-time from home. I'm a part-time real estate agent. I also work part-time as an office manager for my parents' company. And I'm also a full-time mom. So I have a child who pretty much never goes to daycare. Sometimes she'll see grandparents for an hour or two during the week, maybe once or twice a week at most. So I don't have a whole lot of help there, but health and fitness is possible, and I want to be able to be an inspiration, be able to share that knowledge and that help and that information with other moms like me. The reasons that I'm not doing this competition, I'm not doing it expecting to win first. I'm not doing it expecting to win second. I'm not doing it expecting to win third. I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it just to win. I just want to compete and do the best that I possibly can. Placement doesn't really matter to me, whether I'm first or I'm last. I just want to be proud of my experience and my progression with myself. The other reason that I'm not doing it just to get in better shape or to get a better body. I don't believe that entering a competition just to get a better body is worth it. I can do that on my own. I don't have to enter a competition to do that. I'm doing it for the joy of competing, and I get a nice body along the way. The other reason that I'm not doing it is I'm not doing it for other people. I'm doing it for myself. I'm also not doing it just to be happy with my body. So I'm in a place where I'm already happy with my body, and I don't need anyone else's approval, and I'm very comfortable in my own skin. So I'm not doing it like, well, I have to get a better body so I'm happy with myself, and I'm not going to be happy until I lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds or whatever. She says hello. Say hi. So I'm not doing it for that reason. So those are the reasons that I am and am not doing the competition. Oh my goodness. So hours later, we're finally going to finish this post. So just really quickly, what I plan on doing, what my 20 weeks is going to look like. I'm going to have a 4-week bulk period where I need to kind of get back some of my muscle tone that I used to have after, unfortunately, having to dwindle with the amount that I was working out. During my pregnancy, I lost a ton of muscle. That was due to some complications, and I was super uncomfortable, and it just wasn't fun. So that, and then obviously being a new mom and finding a new job and going through all that kind of stuff, I wasn't able to lift like I used to. So I lost a lot of muscle mass. So the first 4 weeks of this is going to be a bulk, and it's just to kind of gain some of my muscle back. The following, this is my dog Odie. Say hi, Odie. He's like in my way. The following 16 weeks is going to be a cut phase. So it's going to be, not hopefully, but it's going to be less carbs, more protein. Odie, stop. And that's hopefully what I'm going to be losing most of my weight. So here are the before pictures. Clearly they are not the most flattering, but everyone starts somewhere. In these pictures, I'm standing completely relaxed and I'm not flexing. So here's all my macro information. Let me explain this a little bit more. It is a carb cycling chart. So as you can see, it goes low carb, high carb, low carb, medium, high carb, and the cycle starts over. I'm eating 160 grams of protein a day, roughly 47 grams of fat a day, and then on my low carb days, it's 120 grams, and on my high carb days, it's 170 grams. This is pretty much the same chart, but this is going to be the beginning of my cut phase. The only thing that's different here is I will be eating a little bit more fat, and my carbs are quite a bit lower. So let me go ahead and explain kind of what carb cycling is and why there's a low carb day and why there's a high carb day. So the low carb day is to deplete my body of glycogen. That makes it turn to the fat that I already have, the carbs I'm already holding on to, as energy. Before it's able to kick into starvation mode, which eventually happens if you continue a low carb day forever, before it can hit starvation mode, it hits a high carb day, which is a day where it replenishes those glycogen stores and, I get my energy back and that kind of thing. So the reason this is important to me and a lot of other women is that we have a tendency to not lose weight when we want, when we're eating lots of carbs. Our bodies just don't do very well with carbs. So this is a way to eat less carbs, lose that fat without ruining our metabolism and going into starvation mode. And here are my January 1st measurements. So thank you all for watching. I hope the end of this was more informational. In future posts, I won't be talking quite so much, and I will have a topic for each post, so hopefully you guys can get some good information out of those to come. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, and go ahead and try and follow me on Instagram at these Instagram names. Thanks, and Happy New Year.